The Nordic sky feels as if it is silence itself. The winters are long, the winds are strong, the sunlight is brief, and yet, within daily life, there is a quiet warmth that lingers. A candle flickers gently on a windowsill. Families and friends gather around a small table, laughing softly. There's no sign of extravagant wealth here, but something deeper, something we might call happiness, breathes within the scene. This is Denmark, a nation that consistently ranks among the happiest in the world. But its happiness is no accident. It is the result of a society that has drawn an invisible map, a map called institution, upon which a life of security is built.
To understand Denmark's happiness, we must start with the foundation, its social institutions. Denmark is known as a high-tax, high-welfare state. The VAT is 25%, and income tax is significantly higher than in Japan. At first glance, people may seem to have less disposable income, but those taxes are not vanishing into a void. They sustain the essentials of life. Education is free all the way through university. Healthcare is nearly cost-free. Childbirth, childcare, elder care, all are supported collectively by society. People don't have to shoulder the heavy burdens of life alone. That freedom from worry creates space to choose one's own path and live authentically. This is more than just a welfare system. Institutions here function as social infrastructure, the scaffolding that supports how people live their lives.
Tax. Perhaps it is not a painful payment, but a promise to nurture the future together. Each person contributes a little, and someone else gains the freedom to choose. But happiness is not sustained by institutions alone. Beneath it flows something softer: culture. Hygge, a Danish word meaning cozy moments or a comforting atmosphere. It's not about luxury or grand experiences. It's the warmth of conversation under soft light, the comfort of a blanket on a long winter night, the quiet space for the heart to breathe.
What's fascinating is how this cultural idea resonates with the institutional one. Because life's insecurities are supported by the system, people can focus on the small joys of the present, and this culture in turn strengthens trust and cohesion within society. In other words, institutions and culture are not separate. They work together to cultivate the soil from which happiness grows. It's a feature of Danish society that can't be captured by numbers or policies alone.
Security softens the heart. A softened heart gives rise to trust. Happiness, then, is a landscape created by the harmony of institution and culture.
Beneath both institution and culture lies something deeper: trust. Denmark is one of the most trusting societies in the world. Trust in neighbours, trust in government, trust in the social fabric itself. This is what allows people to pay taxes willingly and rely on public systems. The order here is reversed. In many countries, people trust because the system exists. In Denmark, the system exists because people trust. Institutions stand not as the foundation, but as structures built upon the invisible bedrock of trust.
Trust cannot be seen, yet without it, even the most elaborate system collapses like a castle of sand. Trust is the unseen root that supports the soil of happiness.
This deep trust is also nurtured by Denmark's approach to education. From a young age, children are encouraged to think for themselves and respect others. Society values individual dignity, and that makes trust a natural part of life. Trust, institutions, and culture, together, they form an organic web that embeds happiness into the fabric of society beyond any metric or ranking.
What if, in our society too, a cycle emerged where institutions support people, and people, in turn, trust and sustain those institutions? Might happiness become something far more attainable?
In Japan, debates often focus on whether taxes are too high or systems too weak. But perhaps the deeper question is this: can we design institutions that are rooted in trust? Trust between individuals, trust between citizens and government. Only when trust exists can institutions truly function. Trust creates systems, systems nurture security, and security cultivates culture. The map of happiness Denmark has drawn may offer us a compass for our own future.
Happiness is not something given to us. It's something we create. by asking how we wish to live, and by building society together. In a quiet Nordic town, a small candle whispers a truth. Happiness grows in the space between trust and institution, and that landscape might just be connected to our own future.